I got a request from someone. Could you make for me a power supply that can serve such a bunch of Christmas LEDs? And normally they are served with 3 volts, two 1.5 volts batteries, carbon, zinc, alkaline or whatever. Well, yes, I thought I could make a power supply, and here is the video and the schematic. We know, of course, when we look at the theory of light emitting diodes, that they need a constant current. So in fact, to serve such a, say, string of LEDs, you need a constant current source. And in general, when we look at the two batteries of 1.5 volt in series, together they give out 3 volts. It is a kind of constant current source, but of course on a certain moment the voltage of the batteries drops so far that the LEDs don't light up any longer. It means that the battery is depleted, the two batteries in series. So, constant current source, there are, say, videos about a constant current source on my YouTube channel. There are many videos about constant current sources on YouTube and on the World Wide Web. I've used here an old telephone charger that I've salvaged during the years. It was from Alcatel, but you can use any other old telephone charger as long as it gives out DC and 5 volts. The good thing of such a battery charger, here you can see it, is that its voltage is extremely constant. And that means that when the load a little bit differs in terms of resistance, etc., the voltage is constant, and that also means that we can use here the simplest setup to serve such a bunch of LEDs in series. Here we can use only a resistor. In a certain way, I don't want to go too deep on theory, etc., but in a certain way, with such a simple setup of 2 series resistors to the enormous string of LEDs, we can do the job. So, I found out that with 36 ohm here and 100 ohm paralleled, there was enough brightness in the LED string, and you can do your experiments. You can of course use a smaller resistor, series resistor, and we have to overcome in a certain way the voltage drop between the power supply here, 5 volts, to 3 volt or even 4 volts. You have to test that experimentally, and of course when the resistor value gets smaller, you get more current, you can drive more current into that LED string between 3 volts and 4 volts. Of course, when that resistor is too low, all the LEDs in the string will be directly damaged, burn out. So be very careful when you say search this resistor. There's also a certain voltage drop and a certain current flowing. That means that the resistor can get a little bit warm, and when you have another type of LED string, could even get very warm. But anyway, this is in my opinion a good idea. Do your experiments. Say start with 100 ohms, then slowly go back to a lower resistor value to make this work. And of course Ohm's law in a certain way is valid, and at the same time we have to do with a voltage source with a very precise current, and that is a big advantage. So here is what I've made. This is the original battery box. I've connected to that 5-volt old telephone charger. Use the resistors here, you can see them here, 36 ohm and 100 ohms. I've left the switch inside. Could be a good idea, because now you can switch out the LEDs. That can also be done, of course, by taking the power supply out, but anyway, this power supply has the good property that it does not take current, or a tiny current, when it is connected to the mains supply. That's a property of modern power supplies. Thanks for watching. Show the schematic again, and I put out the light, and let's look to the beautiful LEDs. And it's very early, but wish you good days and a Merry Christmas.